ladies, this is Jamie. You've reached She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. You will find my website in a link in the description below. Hey, I want to talk to you about not owing your ex an explanation. So if you've broken up with this guy, but you're still in contact, which I don't recommend, because I recommend that you go into no contact when you go through a breakup. But let's say the no contact period is over, or you haven't done that, or you have to see this guy. Maybe you still work together, or for some reason you're still going to see him. And he asks you, where have you been? What have you been doing? Who have you been doing it with? Who have you been seeing? Why this? And he asks you all the W questions, the who, what, where, why, when kinds of questions. Listen, ladies, you don't owe him any explanation on anything that you are doing. So I know this guy, and he has been in this long-term committed relationship with this woman, and they are living together, but yet they've broken up, and he's just in the process of finding his own place. Yet, if he goes out and stays out till midnight with some of his friends or whoever and comes home, she will ask him where he's been, who he was with, and he will answer her. He said he feels like he owes her an explanation. Look, you don't owe them anything. You are broken up. Now, you shouldn't be asking your ex any of these questions either. And he surely shouldn't be asking them of you. So if you are in the midst of this breakup and he says, so are you seeing anybody else? You can just say, I am sorry. I don't think that's a conversation that you and I should be having. If he sees you out somewhere and asks you what you've been up to lately, you can either be very vague and just say, spinning my wheels, making deals, and just kind of make it mysterious, or something like, oh, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Just make it fun, make it playful if you want to. Or you can be very forthright and say, you know, what I'm up to these days is really none of your concern. I don't mean to be rude about that, but we're broken up. And so he shouldn't get to know all the details of your life. If he wanted this breakup, then breakups break things. Now, if you guys have decided to remain friends after this breakup and you're cool with that, then fine, you can tell this guy whatever you want. But if you've broken up and your heart is hurting and maybe you want him back and you're just trying to recover and you're trying to heal, you do not owe him any explanation. Let's say you post something on your social media and it's a picture of you out to dinner, and maybe you took a picture of a couple of plates that have food on them and a couple of wine glasses, and he messages you and says, who are you out to dinner with? Again, you can ignore it. You can make light of it and just don't answer the question, or you can just simply say, that's information that you're not privileged to know anymore. We are not boyfriend and girlfriend. We're not in a relationship. We don't have to answer to each other. And don't say it snarky. Don't say it hateful. Just say it very calm and polite, and just say, hey, we're broken up. And so that open communication that we used to have doesn't exist anymore. And I need to have a little privacy in my life, and you need to have a little privacy in your life. I would never ask you something personal about what you're doing because we're broken up. Now, ladies, he's probably going to want to use the, well, can't we just still talk? Can't we just still be friends thing? To that, I always tell you to say, I don't want to be in the friend zone. Friends wasn't what I wanted with you. I wanted something more real, something more personal, something more purposeful, something more intentional, whatever. I wanted something more long-term. And I have plenty of friends. And so I don't mean to be rude, but I don't need you as a friend. You can also say, you know, friendship right now is going to be hard for me, but at some point in time, it might be hard for you, because at some time you might realize that this breakup isn't what you wanted. And I may have moved on with somebody else, and just being friends with me is going to be difficult. So you can kind of let him know in a way that I'm going to be moving on, and at some point you're really going to miss this. Now, don't act all cocky. Don't act like you're all that. You're going to miss me and you're going to want me back. Just say, you know, you might not, but you know, at some point you might regret this decision, and friendship is just going to really be difficult. Ladies, when you stop giving this man an explanation for where you're at, what you're doing, who you're with, what your schedule looks like, it is going to start driving him crazy because he used to know all of that about you. And maybe he wanted to break up, but yet he's still in this habit of hearing from you every day, being part of your world, just kind of touching base and keeping that connection alive. When somebody breaks up, they're never 100% sure that's what they want to do. There's always this little lingering doubt. And when you go into no contact, he doesn't know all those little things about you anymore, and it's going to drive him crazy. So he's going to want to reach out and find out some information. When you don't give him that information, that's when he just has to wonder. He doesn't know what you're doing. He doesn't know if you've moved on with somebody else, especially if you keep those things secret. You keep them private. You don't throw everything about yourself out there. You don't put everything on social media. You don't tell his friends, his family, your friends even, that you're just sitting at home doing nothing, just moping because of this breakup. No, you just keep those things quiet. High value women don't tell everybody everything. You may have that one best friend you can tell everything to, but other than that, you just act like you are doing fine, that you are moving on, you are living your life, you are crushing your goals. You can find out exactly how to act in a high value way in one of my e-courses on my website, She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below. You can get an e-course that will tell you exactly how to be the one that got away. It will tell you how to be the one he regrets losing. It will tell you how to heal from a breakup. I have a couple of e-courses on there. They are critical for you to get if you are in the midst of a breakup. Trust me. If you want this guy back, or if you want him to regret letting you go, you need to get one of those e-courses, because when you go into this mystery mode, it's going to drive him crazy. He's going to want to know a little bit about you. So if you stay in touch, if you stay friends with him, if you answer all of his questions, there's no mystery there. He knows everything that you're doing, and there's no urgency for him to get back with you or invest more in you, because you've already told him everything. You're just like an open book. And here's the thing, he broke up with you. He doesn't get to read that open book anymore. Ladies, I want to see you win in every area of your life, especially in relationships, especially during breakups. I want you to be able to get the power back, the self-esteem back. So take a look at my website, get one of those e-courses. I want to see you win, and God bless you, and I will see you in the next video.